Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the League of Amazing Adventurers, episode 30. And Cosmic
Oh god,
D,
we're on episode 30.
thanks
It's a
for
nice round number.
Thanks for the subscription.
Yay!
Oh,
Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
So, friends and fellow gamers, a few announcements before we begin. And they subscribed for 2 months. Huzzah!
always like to see that frog.
You love to see the frog. But
We do love Froggy.
let's get to some announcements. Number one, we have, of course, the new D&D game on Friday nights. McKenna is in that. It's a fun, happy traveling game. You can come check that out at 7 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. CST. Same slot as this time on Friday nights. And then, of course, we have our Saturday anime podcast, where this week we're going to be discussing Horima, the breakout hit romance anime of last season that just finished up, and we're all going to be talking about that, and I'm going to go full Jeff Fu on it. And let's see if anyone
Terrible.
got that reference in chat.
Professional shitbag?
Yes.
Yeah, professional shitbag.
Canadian.
Indeed.
Yes.
He is Canadian.
I mean, BC.
Still Canadian.
Lord.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. I've never stepped foot in BC outside of the airport, so I don't know.
Oh, that's fair.
Oh,
It's
we have
a
opinions
beautiful
about
province.
British Columbia.
It is, I'm sure it's very brilliant. I've sadly never been.
You know, Matt, it's better than Quebec.
I've never touched a mountain.
And you know what?
A mountain
Good
never
for you.
touched me.
And then on Sunday, after our deep dive anime analysis, we will have the Dragon Age show, where we're going to continue making our way through the deep roads in Dragon Age Origins. Get ready for a lot of banter. And probably the most disgusting creature I have ever seen in all of Dragon Age.
Oh, got it. Yeah, with the rhyme too.
Yeah,
Oh god.
yeah,
The brood
so
mother.
be ready for that, team. And then, of course, next week we have the League of Amazing Adventurers, plus any other random streams that get going throughout the week. I might play some classic WoW randomly, because I've been really enjoying that again for some reason.
That's a sign of bad taste. Are you sure you don't have COVID-19?
Oh boy.
That's not bad taste. COVID is no taste. Will has bad taste. There's a
Yes, I
difference.
have terrible taste.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
But, in all seriousness, all, thank you for coming out to this night's episode. We're going to roll the intro very shortly, but first, I'm going to do a quick little signal boost. Right now, Joe Cat, who is a primarily tabletop RPG content creator, who does many fun D&D guides, is doing a sort of fundraiser called Bards for Bards. There's a link to their Twitch channel. It has all the charity information there. But the money is going to a fund for actors who are unemployed by the pandemic. So,
That's me.
It's a worthy cause.
Aw.
all of us. Well,
God bless Joe
Literally
Cat.
all of us.
Support the arts.
support the arts,
Yeah.
because the sports ball people are supporting the sports ball. We need you to support the arts.
And they only have their millions of dollars to fall back on.
Yes, they only have
What
the
a
millions of
shame.
dollars
The
and
sports
all
ball
the
people.
college leagues where they don't pay the players.
Yup.
But
This one is more fun, and it's not just actor based. It's also traditional artist based. They're doing a thing, or Joe Cat specifically is doing a thing where he's donating $5 for every submission, and what you submit is art that you have made of a character that is a bard. I've already sent one in. It's one of my little Triton bard playing her handpan. So I'm happy to be a part of that drive. It's really fun.
we're not directly affiliated with them, but just something that I want to signal boost because I think it's a really good cause. Also, you can buy a little goblin wizard, which I'm like really fighting the urge to do. That's what might get me. But anyway, that's enough announcements. Let's roll our intro and then get right into the game. So, hello everyone, and welcome back. We're going to get right into the game now. Last time when we left our heroes who are, to my left, Matthew as Professor Nicholas Chip.
The case is afoot, or a paw, if you are a rat folk, such as I.
Terrible.
To my right, Cassandra, also played by Abby.
We're slowly discovering ignorance is in fact bliss.
Yep.
It is, as the kids would say, a mood.
To my left, underneath Matt, is our head artist here, McKenna.
Hello. That's me.
To the right from McKenna, in the empty chair right now, as they've had to step away from the computer for a moment, is our personal ball of chaos, Shy. And now the head of the Cooper organized group that is no longer cult adjacent, Cooper. We've hit that
I no
follower
longer
goal.
have to pay taxes.
If you want Cooper to become an established religion, we'll need 50 more followers.
And then door to door.
And then the Book of Coop
God.
will enter
A
into
good
one
word
of
of
my
Cooper.
tabletop RPG worlds.
With 50 more followers, you too can join my religion, which details around sleeping in, being a little sad all the time, and also eating too much food.
Ooh, I'm ahead of the game.
I could be a
honey.
priest.
Yep.
I am an archbishop.
But now let's get into what happened last week. Last time when we left our heroes, they had journeyed into the Magistguard Wastes in search of the large crystalline structure that held the souls of all people who had been vanquished there, including Lynx's former party. After
Uh-oh.
After a
actually forgot that
trial to
part.
escape the wastes and narrowly avoiding a wraith storm, they made it into what was once a large Magistguard laboratory. And they began to explore it. However, in the atrium, a large spider-like creature with a number of undead attached to their back ambushed the party. After fending off the creature, they took a moment to rest and breathe, and that is where we are picking up.
What a great moment to rest and breathe, right, guys?
Yes, next to this giant corpse of a giant spider that could have eaten any of us. It's a wonderful picnic.
But it didn't eat us, and we
Yes.
have food that we can eat, and we don't have to eat that thing, so nobody suggest it.
One of the undead, I taste like chicken.
You'll be quiet.
No, you don't. I believe as well we had read the runes around the doors.
Yes. Different planes or schools of magic or something.
Yes, would you all
You're
like
correct.
a refresher of what each of the runes was?
Yes.
I still have it written down. The left door is war magic, the north door is planar magic, and the right door is time magic.
Gotcha.
Oh boy. None
So
of those sound good.
No, they do not.
you have a few options ahead of y'all. Which way would you all like to head first?
Why don't we
Oh.
split up and search for clues?
Okay, Freddy,
You
bad
could certainly
idea.
try.
I have been watching Scooby-Doo.
Ruh-roh.
I love
Um,
that for you.
Ruh-roh.
Wait, who's Scrappy then?
Shy.
Right.
Absolutely
Yeah,
shy.
Yeah.
That's
I-
the meanest thing you've ever said.
we're
We all
swinging
know it's
wildly
shy.
tonight.
She's not even here to defend herself.
We will tell her though. I did want to point out though, we also did a slash and burn on the webs.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
You did.
But unfortunately, the map is saved with the webs on it, which is totally fine.
I created the map with the webs on it. The webs are from actually the set dressing in the map that I'm able to do in my program, which is called Dungeon Draft. It's done by Megas Blue.
Oh.
Nice.
It's very pretty.
It is.
So if we're trying to decide where we should go, wouldn't planar magic makes the most sense because we are tracking a Baba Yaga that exists in their own plane?
Perhaps.
Or conversely, we could go through the time one and perhaps rescue people before they are even killed, perhaps. But I'm just pointing out that at this moment we are utterly speculating. We have no idea what going through any of these zones will do.
That's true, that's true.
Not to confuse the group, but what if we went through war magic and we were able to, undo the effects of the weapon altogether and bring it back an entire civilization?
Or
That
get
sounds suspiciously like wishful thinking, Cassandra.
I do a lot of that.
I mean, it's only wishful thinking until we accomplish it.
Exactly.
I give Cassandra like a gentle pat on the back.
That hurt me more than I was expecting it to.
Ah, welcome back, Ray. Apparently you are Scrappy-Doo.
That's fine. I understandable.
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 Oh my god. Is there anything else of notice in the room, Will?
There are a few interesting things throughout the room. Basically, as you look up, there's sort of like a very beautiful fresco that's been painted on the roof, and it's sort of much of it has been sort of disappeared with age, for lack of a better term. It's like faded away and hasn't been maintained, but it looks as though it basically at some point depicted a massive cityscape, like perhaps a skyline of what this city once looked like.
I wonder if a library lore test could tell us more.
I wonder that too.
If you'd like to attempt a library lore, you could.
Of course I would. Ooh, wait, I'm gonna do the... Ooh, I don't suppose unmistakable lore would help as a skill feat.
That just means if you critically fail, you don't get wrong information.
Sweet, love that for me. I hate getting wrong information. Come on, a little more scroll. There we go.
27. You know what? That's a success for this. I'll give you a little bit more information with your library lore. Abby, as Cassandra's kind of trying to remember any books she's read on this subject, some memories begin to pop. And, like, that city skyline is actually, like, as much as it's faded away, it's mostly, like, the buildings that were taller. So right now, the buildings that are left are, like, 3-4-story buildings, but Cassandra remembers for some reason that there would have been even taller buildings as part of that. And, like, this would have been the centerpiece. It probably would have been, like right now you see this dome that you're in on it, but there should have been, like, more over top of it. Like, this, you don't see the dome part where you would have been. You see the rest of the building that appears to have sunken underground some. Like, based on what your thought and this memory, this odd memory, it's like you guys came in from a balcony.
Oh.
There should be lower levels.
And to confirm, these doors we've seen with the magic things, those are the only exits out of this room.
Those are the only visible exits out of this room.
Visible, he says.
Well, keep in mind, any other exits out of this building, if this is a balcony level, any other exits, quote unquote, would be exiting into underground. Or perhaps just dirt walls and sand.
No, just the thing I was wondering, like, if this is a higher level of, say, a building that's, got more floors under the sand currently, you'd think there'd be, like, a stairway to get down.
Yes.
Maybe through one of the doors.
Right, possibly.
Seems a little elaborate to go down a floor. Oh, I
I
need to
agree.
pop down into the kitchen. Better go through this portal of arcane magic.
Aren't the stairways separate from the doors?
So there are stairs, but they actually lead up to other doors.
That is strange.
Interesting.
Just to be thorough, can I do, like, a walk around the room and a perception check just to look everywhere and see if there's anything else of note?
Yeah, make me a perception check.
Okay. Walk around with a little magnifying glass. Oh, nope. I got dust in my eye.
So Chip, as you are walking around, you kind of start to find this, like, really interesting sort of, like, geometric pattern that's been chiseled into the stone, and as you follow it, your head goes directly into a wall.
Oof.
Was it a visible wall, not an invisible wall?
No, a very visible wall.
Okay. I hope no one saw that.
You know what? Everyone saw it.
Damn it.
All right.
Yes, thankfully I have a relatively thick skull and
Would
fur.
anyone else like to make a perception check?
I'll give it a shot.
My poor whiskers.
Check, perception check. You're doing a perception check. 18.
Not much better. 23
I
for
got a
Ray.
23.
Goodness gracious.
Ray, as you're
Where?
kind of cursorily looking around the room, you notice where the spot that Chip hit their head on the wall, directly below Chip is like a small mouse hole.
Uh,
It finally came through. All right.
Professor, I think you're the only one who can fit in there. I kind
Re-
of point to the hole.
I mean, I stay silent for a moment, and then I kind of lean down to look inside. I'm not going to outright dismiss it. This could be an Alice in Wonderland thing.
it could.
It's a mouse hole. There is nothing inside
Tiny.
of it.
No little mouse mummies.
No mouse mummies. Although, I am now going to make those a creature. That sounds like fun. A mummy mouse swarm.
Well,
That sounds absolutely horrifying.
remember one of my favorite creatures in Magic the Gathering, the cat mummy.
Yep.
There's not enough alchemist fire in the world.
Not enough alcohol in the world.
Mummy mouse swarm.
Yeah, I think the idea is cute, but that says more about me. All right, well, thank you for locating that, Ray. I will keep it in mind.
Ugh.
So you're not gonna go in it?
You're not gonna-
I'm not that small. I know I'm a little professor, but I'm not that small.
Cassandra wants to peek through the door that's like up the staircase next to the war door.
So that would to the north or to the...
I think
Going to
that's
be sucked
the-
in.
the left.
To the left here? This
Yeah,
area?
that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Sure. Do you want to do it stealthily? Do you want to just look through it?
Let's make it stealthily. Let's just try to be a little cautious this time around.
Okay, make me a stealth check.
Woo! Alright, how is my stealth anyway? Oh, well, it could be worse.
Yeah, you managed to sneak up to the door, and something that helps you look through the door is that it's actually already partially open.
Oh.
And very far down a hallway, this sort of like long gray stoned hallway that's mostly dark, you can see in a very distant room some lights that are flickering on and off.
Um, there are flickering lights down this hall.
Okay.
I mean, that's odd.
That's odd. That's odd.
Want to
Well, you
go
have to be in
investigate
there
why
to-
there are flickering
Yes,
lights?
yeah. I will join Cassandra there and kind of take a peek down the hallway.
Yeah, as will I.
We are doing the Scooby-Doo thing. We're all looking around the corner.
That's true.
I need
man.
Scooby-Doo art now.
Old man Jenkins.
Yeah,
And the
hallway
Magians
is-
would have gotten away with it too.
It's a long stone hallway. What looks like there should have been a number of doors like going down it. However, most of them have been blown in or broken.
Hmm.
Can I fist it? Can I
Well-
fit my entire arm through it?
Yeah? Is that the verb we're choosing?
I mean, would you like to punch the door, Ray?
Yes.
Make me an athletics check.
Is it because you've gone X number of minutes without punching something?
Yes.
Make me an athletics check to punch the door.
Oh, athletics.
That door.
36.
That door is a solid door, but yeah, Ray, your fist, right through it. And now there's a fist-sized hole for you to look through, and that light, it's flickering a little bit more, and you can actually now hear some mumbled voices as well.
Ray goes, hello?
No.
Silence.
Why are we like this?
Ray woke up
I can
today.
hear-
I can hear you. Hello?
And stepping out from the room at the end of the hallway is a humanoid figure.
Oh Lord.
Do they
They
just
will
see my
yell
hand?
back, yes, hello there. Hello, hello. Are there others
Hello?
here?
Oh, at least they're talking.
Yeah, there's like, fuck, I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. Oh, me. There's 6 of us?
Oh me.
Well,
And we're
if you like, here, I will approach you. I have a platoon of men with me. I will come by myself to show goodwill here. We don't have any interest in
Question.
fighting people over these ruins. We just wish to study them and work through some things. As
Well,
he's
we
walking,
have an interest in fighting people.
No, we don't.
I mean, some people perhaps, but we can be selective.
It's like,
These
all right,
people don't have a
I
Magdean
am
accent,
armed,
do
and I
they?
do have a platoon of men behind me, just so you know. I don't want to start a fight, but I will if I have to. And he's like,
Please tell me
walking
they
down.
aren't Magdean. They're not Magdean, are they?
What is the accent, Will? Do we recognize it?
If you want to make a society check, you can.
Yeah.
Do.
Ray's like, yodelay, yodelay, yodelo, let's fight.
Chip, that's a Magdean dialect right there.
Uh-oh.
It is.
It is.
Well, they don't know who we are.
And as
My
they
name's
make-
Ray, and my group of friends is a rat and some people.
It's people.
If y'all want to come out though, and with your hands up.
At this point, he's actually come down the hallway and is then standing in front of the door. Now you can get a very clear view of this man. He is a... Oh, fuck. You guys are going to give me shit for how I designed this NPC.
Oh no.
Ray's just
Is he
like,
Give
blonde
it
with
to us.
glasses?
He
Is he blonde with glasses?
He's a very, like, well-built blonde man with, like, slicked back hair and, like, that's been, like, gone down to, like, a longer thing. And he has this, like, sort of, like, big, like, oil-bearing mustache.
Oh.
Almost the
Oh,
spitting
boy.
image of a younger Sterling Block.
Ooh.
Bad.
And as he comes down, he's like, yes, hello there. I am Marshall Steel Block.
I hate that.
Hate that. So his first name is Steel?
Steel.
Someone looked at a baby and said, I'm going to name this child Steel?
Steel
Well,
block.
his name is Sterling, and his son's name is Steel, so they're Sterling Steel Block.
Does he have a sister named Platinum?
Not yet.
And she's very precious.
Not
Her name is
yet.
Diamond Sweaty.
Alright, alright. You know what?
Oh, platinum.
Their hands are up. It's like, would you mind if I opened the door so we could speak like regular people?
Oh yeah, that
Cassandra will open the door.
Go for it. Just watch out for this one. And I kind of point down.
He just looks down at Ray. Yes, I've heard the reports. I'm surprised you got your hands on one of them.
Oh.
Oh. One of the yes.
Top of the line.
Ray just goes.
Top of the line. Yikes.
Ray
He
just
First
goes
edition.
and is looking around like everything's going over her head.
he chuckles for a moment at that. Says,
Oh.
I'm sure you are wondering why I'm not immediately trying to murder you.
A little.
I bet you're wondering the same thing. Ew.
Yes, well, the thing is... come. It'll be easier if we walk and talk on this one, if you would. And he'll start walking down the thing. It's like, my men will not hurt you. They are loyal to me, not my father.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Oh,
Interesting.
yes, the father. Well, might as well.
Out of curiosity, aren't you loyal to your father?
I am loyal to Magdia.
Man, you can't just ask people if they're loyal to their family.
If you'd like,
Why
you can make a
not?
perception check as an insight on that.
I can use lie to me. So I can use my
what's your deception DC?
I don't know. I have a plus 17 to deception.
So your
now.
deception DC is, 27 then? That is
believe
lower
so.
than any sort of deception check he would have rolled. You can tell that he is telling the truth.
Wow.
I would like to quickly, though, as we're walking in, just quickly place a hand on Ray's shoulder and kind of just whisper conspiratorial to her. This we could turn this to our advantage, but only move if things go south really bad. Remember, we got kicked out of town recently, and we didn't get any good food or any new caramel. So let's tread carefully this time.
Okay.
As he's leading you down this hallway. Yes, recently my father has... I realize that this probably means nothing coming from me, but he has changed a fair amount. He has become obsessed with these occult artifacts he's convinced will let him bring Magdia's prosperity to the rest of the world.
Oh, yes. We're slightly aware of that.
Hence, us being here, I am seeking a way to counteract them.
Oh,
Interesting.
I personally do not agree with his standpoint. I think that we should shift to something more diplomatic. Better relations with people. My father and his allies from Treladar do not agree with that.
his allies from where?
Treladar.
Oh,
I mean, we can't be that surprised, Cassandra.
I suppose, but that does make things a bit more complicated.
Oh my
We can't be
God,
surprised
I
at that
can't
either.
now.
Yeah.
And yeah, with that, you guys are going to get to the end of the hallway. He's going to lead you into what appears to be a sort of armory looking like room. And I'm going to actually put you all onto that map now.
Yay, there's map.
And I'm going to
Small
switch
room.
us to the map. LA.
Cute.
I apologize for the white lines going through it. Apparently the map did not export properly.
Oh.
Happens.
But inside of this room is a variety of magical arms and armaments. There's a number of crystalline there's a number of arrows that have crystalline tips, a number of
Ooh.
metallic creatures and structures built throughout the room. There's a number of metallic humanoid creatures standing there. They appear to be brass made and manufactured. In fact, even on the table in front of Lynx are a number of smaller creatures. As you guys enter into this room, you can see that within it is yourself, the Magdian, Marshal Steelblock, who brought you here, and a number of other Magdian soldiers. There's about 10 of them in this room, kind of searching through things. It's yes,
What are you guys
so
looking for?
we are looking for magical items that can perhaps counteract the instruments of woe my father intends to use on Lutania and then the Opal Empire within the coming weeks. From what I understand,
Weeks?
he's in the process of recollecting ones that he has lost.
Huh.
That is news to us. We know nothing of that.
We know nothing of that.
Not mixing character knowledge with player knowledge.
Cassandra will turn to Nim, knowing that she kind of gave this guy the 1-2 of is he good or not, and can we trust him?
I give you like a shaky thumbs up and just say, I don't think he's lying yet.
Ray just looks like she's really trying hard. The gears in her brain are going real fast. There's steam coming out, and she's like, this sounds familiar. We're looking for the instruments of woe.
God.
Yes, I know that. I've read my father's reports.
So then you know who we are?
Yes, I
I'm Ray.
Yes, Ray, I'm very familiar with you and your fighting style. I've trained up many of your clones.
My what?
Just say it out loud.
no!
Goodness, just say it out loud. Boy.
My what?
Lynx will fully ignore that conversation and start investigating the things in front of him on the table.
Yeah, there is a whole bunch of these really cool sort of arcane instruments. As you are doing so, Lynx, one of the Magdian soldiers is actually going to tap one of the suits of armor in the corner, and a number of things in this room are going to begin to light up.
Wow.
And we're going to roll for
Oh.
initiative.
Uh-oh!
Oh, sir.
And if you want to use these enemies in your home games, you can, because they are from the new Bestiary 3 that just came out.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I think we messed it up.
There's a number of robotic figures in this room that are activating. Well, the Magdians have most of them kind of taken care of and tied up, The 3 of them that you guys are the 3 ones that are on the board right now appear to be us homing in on all of y'all.
Oh, so this was an accidental activation. They're poking things they don't understand.
Yes.
Ah. Just can't get good hired help.
Oh God.
Oh, and you just got a villain point.
Oh, thank you for the villain
Who
point,
did
Shy.
that? Who did that?
You know who did that.
However, I will
What?
say, to start
Me.
off the round, Marshall Steel Block is going to live up to his name. And he is going to sort of like let out a battle cry.
Oh, he's an
Oh.
actual martial class.
Yes,
for
he
him.
is. And so,
Yeah.
except he's a little bit of an augmented one. He's an NPC martial that I've built. While you guys are within basically this encounter, you will have a +1 to damage and saving throws against fear.
Ooh.
Yay!
Wow.
That sounds
okay.
an awful lot like a
Yes.
bard ability.
No, he's a martial.
A martial
Yeah,
art.
but
They're totally different things.
So, Chip, what would you like to do? Oh, also,
well,
I'll
quick
make these a little
question.
bit bigger so the stream can see the lovely artwork. One of those.
Negate the
Oh.
negative.
And
I'm
one
just-
of these. Well, 2 of these, but...
I'm just so glad it doesn't have the horrible lips that the Mechanist guys do.
Yes.
In...
Gross.
So, Chip, what would you
Now,
like to
quick
do?
question. Well, then, quick question. The small one on the table there, is that a hostile one?
Yes, it is. But it's very much a smaller hostile one.
Well, then,
Lynx has flat out been like close to it with his face and like even poking it if
Oh yeah,
you'd like to
it's
take one of
like
my
it's
actions.
as you're poking at it, its red like light eye has turned on and it's let out this sort of like clockwork hissing noise.
Ugh.
Lynx, what did you do?
I wanted to know how it worked.
Ray goes, it wasn't me this time.
This is all your fault, Lynx.
I would, in regards to the larger ones, I would like to do some sort of knowledge check.
Cool. That can be done with a arcana check.
28.
That's good. Let me just do some quick maths in my head.
Maths.
That's good for 2 questions about clockwork soldiers.
I would like to know if they have any immunities.
Immunities
Specifically, I'd like to
include-
know what their immunities are.
Immunities include death effects, diseased, doomed, drained, fatigued, healing, mental, necromancy, non-lethal attacks, paralyzed, poisoned, sickened, and unconscious.
So don't try and debuff these guys. It's not going to go well.
Nope.
And your second question.
Second question, give me a special ability if they have one.
You know what? I'll give you a really cool one.
Okay.
They have a thing called Wind Up. It's a big old block of text. I'll read it for you now. 24 hours, DC 22, standby for a clockwork to act. It must be wound with a unique key by another creature. This takes 1 minute. Once purged wound, it remains operational for the listed amount of time. So essentially, something has been maintaining these, is what you can infer from that information.
Oh.
And the big thing at the bottom is if we can do a disable device, we can just shut them down.
Yep.
Interesting.
But that was just my one action for my knowledge check. For my other, I'm going to strategically assess the small one on the table here. And then I'm going to try and put a strategic pistol shot into it because there's only room for one small creature on this battle. And it's me. 29.
29 will crit this poor creature.
Oof.
All right, so that is going to be 5 normal damage and 7 precision damage. So we just double the normal damage.
Yes, but you deleted it from existence. This thing had 8 hit points.
It was in Lynx's face, and I did not like that. So I'm just like bam, bam.
And it
Literally.
explodes.
Damn.
Just a baby.
Can Lynx
Oh.
and Chip make
You and
me
your
a reflex save as it
self-destructing
explodes?
minions.
I sure can.
Big yikes.
I sure can.
Lynx, please don't hero point that.
Ooh.
Chip, you'll-
Okay.
Because imagine the image, Lynx, right? Of like this thing hissing at you, turning on, getting shot, and then exploding in your face.
I want to believe that like the entire time he was still investigating it, not even aware that it was hostile, and then Chip just shot it.
Chip, can I get your reflex save? You'll pass Lynx with that 16. And Chip, you'll get a 32. You'll critically succeed. So Lynx, you'll take 2 points of piercing damage as the thing explodes in your face.
You can absolutely leave it as the crit fail if you'd prefer.
Oh no, it's totally your call.
like,
I just thought I
storytelling
just love the mental
purposes.
image of this thing just like boom.
It startled
No, I'm
me.
totally down for that.
Okay, then 8.
So he'll crit fail it then, if
okay,
that's the
then
case.
8 points and save the hero point.
Oh,
Got it.
shrapnel in your face.
Shrapnel blast. Oh, look at that. Chip is mono red.
There's like a complementary new scar that's formed below the current scar on his face.
You take
No, there
that
isn't.
back,
There are
Will.
no. I do not agree.
My character
No
token needs to be updated.
no
Stat.
new scars.
Chip, you still have an action? Or no, you
No,
don't.
I
You
do
have to
not.
pull.
Knowledge check, strategic assessment, and pistol shot.
Perfect.
Yep.
Lynx, you're up.
Well, to start, I'm gonna just recollect myself, having been assaulted by a literal machine. Realize that what's going on here is absolutely an encounter, and my first action is going to be to load my crossbow and fire it at this target here.
Okay, firing at blue.
Yep.
Fire at Will.
I did share all my knowledge check information, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Thank you, Dyson.
That is a 24 to hit.
A 24 just hits.
Oh, delightful. Oh boy.
Not all the damage goes
You know what?
through.
That's fine. I was
Oh,
afraid of that.
Got
Okay.
some damage resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And for my third action, seeing the bolt. There we go. That's the word. Seeing the bolt not entirely be effective, I'll whip out an acid flask and toss it.
Okay, fire at Will.
Wow.
27 hits.
For attack number 2, that is not bad. All right, and that is a total of 8 acid damage. If I recall, acid flask is the persistent one.
Yep. So you'll have some persistent damage.
Yes,
but
it is.
It's
Cool.
still standing.
No problem.
Ray, it's your turn.
Let's see. Okay. Who do I want to go after? This one or that one? All right, guys. Blue or red? Pick for me.
Red
Red.
for Ray.
Red for Ray.
Perfect.
Right.
Red
So we're gonna
Ray, Red
move-
Ray, going in.
Red Ray.
Red
Ray.
Red Rover. Send Ray right over. I can't. That was good.
It was a good effort. It was a good effort.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Can I go there? Was that in my spaces?
Yeah, you have 40. You have like 50 feet of movement. That was only 45. You're good.
Sweet. All right, and then I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, pal, this my fist."
The 23 will miss, I'm afraid. You'll hit the armor, and it'll just kind of like...
Hold on. That's a 24 with the marshal, isn't it?
Yes, it is with the marshal, so that will hit because of the Magdian soldier helping you guys out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ray goes, "Say hello to my fist."
All right, it's still up. You have
Okay, all right.
one more action.
One more move. Number 2.
That hits.
Yeah.
Matt, I will say this. One thing about GMing the amount of games I've been GMing, I've been getting really good at mental math.
I am
One would hope.
so bad at math.
One would hope.
Embarrassing.
But that is your 3 actions, Ray. So now we go to Nim.
All
He
right.
kind of looks over and goes, "Thumbs up."
Give her a thumbs up. I'm gonna move. Oh, that's the second time tonight I've done that. I keep accidentally clicking the Photoshop icon instead of back onto my computer, like Chrome tab, and it reopens the app every time. Anyway, that's a
Foolish fool.
I am a foolish fool. All right, I'm gonna move around this table and kind of duck down, maybe get some cover, and then I'm going to electric arc the blue guy.
Okay.
I would
It's
love
going
to be
to
able
make
to electric
a
arc both, but
reflex save. You got a 22.
that fails.
Oh, so it'll take the full damage.
So it'll take all 14 of this electricity damage.
It actually takes a little bit more. It appears as though, like my Barbarian and my Monday Night game using Frost and all the fire enemies, the electricity is super effective on these.
That's what I was hoping for. Thank you.
19. So that becomes 19 instead.
Nice.
Oh. Alrighty. Now then, there's a clear threat.
Uh-oh.
It's going to stride to
not
there.
me.
Exterminate.
Yeah.
Exterminate.
Actually, it's going to stride. Yeah, it's going to stride to there. And it's going to then take a swing at you with their halberd. 23 to hit you.
Yes, I believe that hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
19 piercing damage.
Wow, that's almost full damage.
And then with their last turn,
Technically, it's only 14.
with
Oh,
their
that
last
is full
action,
damage,
they're going
actually.
to activate their defenses and get a +2 bonus to their AC.
Why?
Oh, it has to be
That's
adjacent to them.
rude.
Never mind.
Oh.
Yep, never
Oh,
mind.
cool.
It'll
Does
just
that
take
change its
another
third
attack
action?
at Nim with their fist. 26
God!
That'll hit.
for another 12.
All right. Someone's getting some healing on my turn.
I might still be okay. I just need to do some mental math real
This
quick.
one's going to focus fire on Ray with a halberd.
Uh-oh.
The
25 to hit you, Ray?
blue one is also going to take acid damage.
Yes. Let's
Yeah,
do
25
that.
hits me.
Perfect. And then I'll do their flat check. So Ray,
Sounds
can you
good.
take 13 piercing?
Yeah, that's
And they are
actually
still
not
on
bad.
acid.
Cool. Good for them.
Ray laughs in their face. She goes, "Is that it?"
Then they're going to punch you.
Oh no,
23 to hit you.
Oh no!
23 does not hit me.
I'm a genius.
And
Oh
then they're
no!
going to
Oh, no.
punch you one more time for a natural 1. I'm going to use my villain point to re-roll that.
That's fair.
For a 23,
Aw.
which will still miss, but not critically.
Miss.
She's dipsing and she's doodling.
Cassandra.
Ray's
it's-
just like, huh, huh.
Well, let's see. Cassandra is going to use her bow and arrow, because why not? She's going to shoot blue first.
Now, Cassandra, there are a number of lovely arrows on the table as well.
That's right.
Yes.
I want to grab
Careful.
one of these crystalline arrows and aim it at... Let's aim it at the red one.
Alright, do
actually.
you want to then... Okay, so then stride beside a table. All the tables have arrows on them. So you can stride beside them and then you can pick it up and fire it.
Yeah, I'll do this. I'll move my stride for the next thing because I've got the thing up and it's easier.
Okay, so a 27 will hit. Now don't roll your bow's damage. Instead, move to where you were going to fire from.
Well, do.
And
Let
then
him
we're
move.
going to roll some dice.
Oh,
Oh, it's like is it a Fey magic arrow?
No, it's a spell strike arrow, but I have to figure out which one she just fired.
Oh no.
So, Cassandra,
Fireball.
do me a favor and roll me a d6.
D6. I can do that.
3. All right, then. Now, Cassandra, that is the level 3 arrow that you're using up. And so, I am going to probably need Ray to make me a reflex save. As I just confirmed in my
Uh-oh.
book that, yes, I will need Ray to make me a reflex save as a fireball erupts from it.
Who called it?
Uh-oh.
Who called it?
Uh-oh.
I knew this was a will trap.
24.
A 24 is a success.
Yeah.
And it's 66. All
We
right.
love to see it.
I'm going to make the reflex save for the robot. They also got a 24, so they'll take half of this 6d6. 1, 2,
Good for
3,
them.
4, 5, 6. D6. So 18 points of damage. Half is 9. Ray, you also get your fire resistance on that, so subtract that.
Nice.
9. And boom. Yes. And there we go. Next up, then, Cassandra, you still have one more action. Would you like to grab another arrow from the table?
I think after that one, I go, oh, probably shouldn't do that. Instead, I am very intrigued by the idea that something has to have been maintaining these things. Is there a check I can make? Perhaps library lore?
I don't think you can use library lore on this one. I would
Yeah.
let you use Arcana or Occultism.
Ooh, let's see. Arcana is 12, cultism also. So either way, it's the same issue. So
A 16 is unfortunately not a success.
dang. Yeah, I don't know. This is weird.
Why knows?
You do not know what
Crazy.
this creature is, but because of your feet, you do not get wrong information.
Ooh.
Chip, you're up.
Right, I have my 3 actions planned out. I'm going to make just a normal-ass pistol shot at the blue there.
Please fire at will.
24 with max.
Ooh, a
With,
24 will hit for 12 points of damage.
Yep. And then I'm going to do a cool movie star slide across the 2 tables there. Do I need to
Iconic.
do like an acrobatics check or
Nope,
anything?
I will let you do that. However, as you are moving,
Oh.
it's going to take an attack of opportunity.
Does it have reach?
Yes, it has a halberd.
Yeah.
Yeah. I keep thinking this map is bigger than it is.
37,
Oh!
Chip.
That's
Oh,
why Will
Lord.
got away with that.
Okay, that's... Oh, God, that's a crit, so that's going to be
38.
38 damage.
Yep.
Wow, that goes nearly... Yeah, that's over half my health. Goodness gracious.
Oh no!
My little ratty body has been wounded.
Your little ratty buddy.
You still have one
Um,
action left, Chip.
Yes, I'm going to jam dear old Nim in the back with the healing glove.
Ah.
This-
I only took 22 damage last round.
yeah, but that I think that's
If you'd
enough.
rather, you took half your health.
No, I'll be okay. I trust you guys to take care of it. This is what I do.
He cares about his students.
Okay.
30 to you.
Holy moly. All right, well, I'm back to full. You poor thing.
Rat blood all over the ground.
You're up.
Can't be sanitary. It cannot be sanitary.
Don't worry, I have a bottle of ammonia.
There's no
Pneumonia.
sanitation in battle.
Absolutely terrible.
Should be.
Wait, is Chip's turn done?
Yes,
Oh, okay, cool. For some reason,
I
I thought
was-
he had one more action.
I'm very efficient with getting attacked and quick.
Very efficient,
I'm
he
just
says,
happy
coughing
someone
up
triggered
blood.
their AO.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, are you? Are you so happy, Will? Are you?
Yeah.
It's been so long since we've had things with AO. I got careless.
Exactly. Use
In
them.
one quick motion, Lynx is going to unleash 3 bombs. 1 on this target and 2 on Ray's target.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to go for an Alchemist Fire as the first action.
Misses.
Ooh. That's a 22, which still misses, I think.
Yep.
Oh, did the martial guy re-up his martial for this turn?
It's,
Oh, I thought it was
you
for the
don't
whole
have
fight.
to re-up it. They just stay. Once you use it, it just stays.
Oh, so
That's
it's
kind of
better-
hot, I'm not going to lie.
It's
The
better than
martial
the Bart
archetype
Belly.
is so good.
This is attack 2, which is going to Ray's, and then attack 3, which is also... Ooh, I'm gonna
All
use a
right,
hero
so
point to
number
reroll that
2
one.
will hit,
Okay.
but the other ones will not hit. They'll miss. So you'll still do
The
your
splash damage still
Yep.
goes off, I believe?
Yep.
Cool. So that is 4 fire splash damage for the original target.
Okay.
4 acid splash damage for Ray's target, and it'll... Wow. It'll take
Wow.
18 fire damage as well.
Much damage. Wow.
All right.
So much damage. I think that's max damage. No, it's not. It's 2d8, not 2d6.
I love that for you.
I also love that for me.
Ray,
Yes.
what would you like to do?
I guess I will just punch the red guy.
Give it the old one too.
You will miss.
Uh-oh. Alright. Punch him again.
That will hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll punch him one last time.
That will miss.
That's okay. And that's my turn.
All right, they're still standing, better than they ever did. They're looking like a true survivor, but yet feeling like a little clockwork kid. Nim, you're up.
All right.
Take
Nim's
it
gonna
back.
Nim's gonna smile a little bit, and use reach spell and electric arc both of these
Okay,
fools.
so
Oh!
let's make sure
damage.
that's in range. Yes,
It is within range. I already did the math. You don't
I
gotta.
always check.
Wow, you are literally 1 point off from max damage. That is so hot.
I'm going to do
Up.
blue first and then red. So blue, red.
Oh! Oh.
I mean, if no one else is going to say it, what a shocking development. Do I get a hero point, Will?
I'll let chat give you hero points in this game. Okay, blue
Oh,
is
that's
still
fair.
standing. However, red explodes, but doesn't explode in a way that would harm Ray.
Nice.
Ray, you killed it.
Yay!
Is that your turn, Nim?
Rude.
Ridiculous.
Is that your turn, Nim?
That is my entire turn.
Great. Clockwork Soldier's going to go. Attack the
Yeah.
first on Nim. 24?
Yeah, that'll hit. Yeah, that'll hit, but
For
it'll only
12?
do 7 damage.
Attack the second on Nim.
Mm-hmm.
That will probably miss with
That
the 17.
miss.
And attack the third on Nim. This one will be a natural 20. Nope.
Ha ha.
It would. You called it ahead of time. You tempted fate.
Oh my god, Will rolled a 3?
Oh, you
Will rolled
love
something less than a 10?
You tried to do that
Cassandra,
thing
you're
where
love
there's
to
multiplier
see
points to
it.
the outfield.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Are you getting better at this or what?
I guess so.
Cassandra,
We're
what would you
getting
like to do?
get out well. Cassandra.
It's
Well-
also going to take that acid damage again.
Oh, okay, Cassandra, you may not have to do it. Roll your acid damage.
Do it.
Okay, nope, Cassandra, you don't need to do it. The acid damage will finish it off.
Yay!
And
It's
yeah,
just
with that, as you guys
melts.
finish them off, the Magdians are able to dispatch the other creatures in this room. Lynx, something that you will notice on the table is another one of those creatures. However, it appears to be a slightly different model, and it does not appear to be active.
Can he swipe it?
Yeah, if you'd like
Swiper,
to.
no
Make me a
swiping.
sleight of hand or thievery. Make me a thievery.
Swiper, no swiping.
Yeah, nice. That's enough to grab it. So you now have one of these like mini eye looking things.
Ew. Ew. Okay.
You can add one researcher to your inventory. We'll go over that once
Understood.
you identify it.
Sounds good.
At the end of the battle, Marshal Steel Block kind of like walks over to the soldier that activated these things, looks him in the eyes and says, "What did I tell you about touching? Don't touch things we don't know how they work, sir. And what did you do? I touched the thing. I didn't know how it works, sir. And what happened? We almost died, sir. Okay. Be better." And he walks back to all of you.
Be best.
Don't be sorry. Be better.
But, there will be no be best in here.
Mr. Marshall, sir.
Yes.
I actually have a question if I could pull you aside real quickly.
I mean, if you... Sure.
He's not single, by the way.
Oh, that's not what
I'm afraid I'm not... yes. Sorry.
it's all right.
While that's happening, I'm healing myself.
That's fair.
You seem to be about as concerned about this whole situation as we are. So, um, since the timeline's been a bit shortened, I feel the need to ask you: do you recognize any of the names on this list? And I'll show him the will and testament.
He does not recognize any of the names on it.
Very well.
Actually,
Thank you.
I'm starting to think that things
oh
are
my
messed up.
goodness, he does. I'm a smarty. I forgot about this. Okay. The third name on the list. Or sorry. The fifth name, one of the last names on the list. He will say, "What? That's the name of the ship that my father has just finished building. It's going to be leading the Magdian's ship into airfare warfare."
Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
Hate that.
What is the name of the ship?
Hey Ray, remember when you wanted to bring down the Zeppelin?
Yeah.
We might get a second chance at that.
Yeah.
Different ship though.
The Lon Didari. I'm just putting it into chat, into the Roll20 chat. Lon Didari.
What'd you call me?
It's the Lon Didari. It's named after a Magdian woman who was part of the effort to end the first Great War.
Do you know what happened to her?
She died, probably.
She probably
She
did die.
fell valiantly in battle, from what the stories tell us. But yes, it's a ship that rivals in size of even the illustrious.
Ah.
Interesting. Did she have any family or ancestors that she would have passed her belongings on to?
Not that I know of. However, I do know that many of her possessions were actually built into the ship as good luck.
Oh,
That's not weird.
what was the possession that it says she had?
That would have been a staff.
Staff.
Yes.
Hmm.
And like upon the
I don't-
recognition of like the staff, like upon him reading it, he'll say, "Yes, it's that's been converted into part of the ship's power source."
Oh, wonderful.
A staff that maybe helps the thing float, huh?
Yes.
Ray just goes, what the fuck?
Hmm.
Chances that you would be able to acquire the staff for me, so I wouldn't have to do it myself.
From what I understand, my father's already boarded the ship, and they're making preparations to use it.
Ah.
Use it where?
He doesn't tell me that much information. Ever since the debacle with MCIS, I haven't quite had his ear.
The debacle with what?
The Magdian Criminal Investigation Service. A number of their agents went to investigate my father's sort of missions and work that he's been doing throughout the world, and when they discovered what he was doing and reported it, well, he did not take kindly to them.
What happened?
Okay. The MCIS.
So are we saying we're scared of a boat? Because I'm not scared of boats.
So, we know, well, Nim's parents have my books. The Magdians have my staff. How many more items are on this list anyway?
There's 6 in total.
6 in total. So we found 1. We know where 2 more are, so we just have 3 more to find.
And from the
With
start,
that being
things are
said,
accelerating.
the Magdians are going to grab like a number of bits of loot from this room. However, they are going to leave you guys a fair amount of stuff.
Oh, they're just leaving?
They're leaving us things and stuff?
Yes, they're going to be
Lots of
in
stuff.
total. There are 5 spell strike arrows left.
Oh.
Do we have any way of determining what spells?
You'd have to use detect magic on them.
Guess who has detect magic? Girl.
Yeah.
I am updating our party loot list as you go, Will.
Okay, so the level 1 spell strike arrow. It has the spell It has the spell Hydraulic Push on it.
Oh. See anyone near a ledge?
Yeah, for real.
The level 2 spell strike arrow has Obscuring Mist. So from wherever it hits, it'll create a cloud of mist effectively.
Someone's shooting us with arrows.
The level 3 arrow Abby used in combat, that was the Fireball arrow. The level 4 arrow
Fireball
has the spell Blink on it. You think that after you use it, you would teleport to wherever you fired the arrow to.
Oh my.
Ooh,
Whoa, that's cool.
that's nifty. Official who? Or catching who? There we go.
Phantasmagoria.
And the level 5 arrow has Cone of Cold on it. So whichever enemy you hit will be the beginning of the Cone of Cold.
Oh.
Okay.
That'll
I've got
take
all
some
5 of those
interesting-
written down.
That'll take some interesting placement.
But other than that,
Aside from the arrows, what else is there?
there is a number of other fun little things. There's some runes. There's a variety of runes, including a shadow rune
Nice.
and a fire rune. And these
I
are
want
all
the fire
property
one.
runes. As well as a winged rune.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
What does the winged rune do?
It gives your armor wings.
Wow.
It's Red
Can
Bull.
you elaborate?
Sure, I can.
So is it just for aesthetic purposes, or does it serve a purpose?
No, it's actually like a rune. gives you-
Oh.
So the winged rune, this is the greater version, but the regular one just gives it to you for a minute. But as 2 actions, you can activate it, and it gives you a fly speed of 25 feet or equal to your land speed, whichever is slower. And this is the lower level wing rune, not the greater one, so it's only 1 minute.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And there's also a keen rune.
A keen, as in Keen?
Yes. This one increases
Interesting.
the critical threat range of your weapon that it's applied to, so you would crit on a 19 and a 20.
Wow. 5E fighter who?
And
Or
yeah,
a Hexblade Warlock.
Okay. I have all those written down.
perfect.
Can you remind me what the shadow rune does?
The shadow rune is an armor property rune. And it is
Both
right
to
here.
stealth.
It is an armor rune that gives you a +1 bonus to stealth checks while wearing the armor.
Nice.
Okay.
We actually have 2 of those.
Yes.
We do.
I really like shadow runes as root loot. They're cool.
They're cool.
They're cool.
Fire
Question,
one.
can you stack runes?
So as you get more pluses to your weapon, so a +2 weapon can have 2 property runes. A +1 can have 1, and the same thing goes for armor.
Okay.
So eventually, when you have +3
Interesting.
armor, you'll be able to have 3 property runes on it. Yeah, it's very fun.
Interesting.
So, Ray, at one point, your hand wraps could be both fiery or striking and keen. So not only do you hit harder, but you have the chance to hit even harder.
And eventually, if you got a +3 thing, Ray, you could have fire and lightning. You could Zuko it up.
That's pretty
Disgusting.
rad.
Your honor would be on your hands.
I love it.
Terrible.
I love it.
But I'll move us back to the RP map now. The marshal will continue to kind of be going throughout the room as he's talking to y'all. Yes. So, I've been searching for a bit of the means here. Originally, and he kind of like goes and like holds out like this like music box. We were sent here originally with another contingent of men. They went through with their mission. We tried to stop them, but we couldn't. I think this would probably be best placed in your hands, and he'll put the music box into your hands, Cassandra. This must never be played. I am not powerful enough to destroy it, and I do not know anyone who could. But this is a recording of the instruments of woe being played together.
Ooh, that's not good.
That is not good.
It has one more charge on it that will activate the effects of the instrument that it recorded, which in this case is the drums. In case you were trying to figure out why...
Cassandra will quickly hand this to Nim. She does not want to be near it. She will back far
We've
away
experienced that one. We've experienced that one.
And
Yes.
Chip, upon
Oh,
him
yeah, we
saying
have.
that, you just figured out how all those people in town randomly died.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no!
I passed this to Chip to put in the bag of holding because I don't want to touch it either.
Well, first, I'm just gonna find like if we have like in either in the room or in a bag something to wrap around the drum so it can't accidentally be hit on the bare
it's not
surface.
a drum; it's a music box.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna wrap it up and tie it with some string and everything so it can't possibly accidentally fall open.
That's fair. And then
And then
prop it in
stick
the
that
bag.
thing in the deepest miniature dimension we have in the bag of holding.
Fair enough.
And I'm not going in there anymore.
Understandable.
Yes. Unfortunately,
Uh,
we were not able to stop them in time before they could test it. And I will be telling my father that it did not work for the betterment of all of us.
Hold on. Quick question.
Yes.
So, this music box was used, unfortunately, to kill those townsfolk.
Yes, and I have dispatched with the people who decided to go through with their experiment.
Sorry, you cut out an important word there, Will. Could you repeat that?
I have dispatched with the people who decided to go through with this experiment.
Okay, that was my question. Because I was just a little confused. Who did that and where did they go? So okay.
Yes, I will be telling my father that they died as part of its use.
So to be clear then, you are here under, in a way, false pretenses. You are supposed to be here looking for more weapons, but you're at the same time trying to sabotage that effort.
Yes.
Is there anything else here that you think might still be here that has eluded you? That I'm just trying to think if there's anything that we could assist with now that we're here.
The lower levels, I believe, may have some items on them, but I've not yet found a way to access them.
Interesting.
Lynx, how much acid do you have?
Anyway.
I mean, if it's just a
Well-
lower level, we could melt through the floor, maybe?
He'll
I
kind
could
of just like
certainly
look
make
over.
quite a bit, Professor.
Sorry?
He'll kind of look over to you as a party, and he'll say, "My men need to continue to ensure that we take stock of everything in this room. If we were to go with you, we would have to collect things. However, the rooms have already been looted. I do not have to bring anything back."
Would there be a way for you to contact us or for us to contact you if any more information needed to be shared?
He'll call over one of his subordinates, and he'll introduce them just like as a private, and they'll kind of like shake your hands. Essentially, they can send a message to them, and they can relay it to me. Unlike my father, I did not take after him in the use of magic. I am more of a martial character.
Where did you find the music box?
It was created by my father and his Treladarian cohorts.
That sounds cool. What else did they make?
Clones of you, but I'm sure you figured that one out already.
Oh, my sisters? Yeah.
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 Yes, moving on.
And outside of this laboratory, if we needed to contact you, would there be a way to do that?
Messaging my private here. He's at my side at all times.
Can I for my own, just personal satisfaction, make like a gaydar perception check.
Sure.
A gaydar perception check.
Sure.
I'm getting vibes from him in his private.
You mean him
Nope.
private?
Oh, they're totally together.
Aww.
Unless you're getting interference from, possibly a low-flying rainbow dragon, maybe.
I truly can't tell how I should interpret Nim getting a crit fail on this gaydar check and the GM saying, "Oh, absolutely, they absolutely are together." Like, I don't know how to interpret this.
It means I've missed the mark, which is unfortunate. I was rooting them.
Oh man,
We were rooting for you.
The
No,
Nim's
we
still
were all
for them.
rooting for you.
I don't suppose
Well-
you know the names of these Treladarians that your father's working with.
He is working with a variety of their high enchanters. A number of their purple-robed mages as well. I believe they've set up a lab on the borders of the Opal Empire.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Oh,
Of course they did. Of course they
that
did.
lab.
Well, I'm starting to get the impression that while we're out here on this little trip of ours, things are accelerating elsewhere. Perhaps we should begin moving with a bit of haste. My good sir, is there a recommendation for where you might think would be a best place for us to start searching for undiscovered treasures, perhaps?
Perhaps the other two labs. There's a planar magic lab, however, we have reports of a number of ruin divers going in there and not making it out, so we decided to hold off on that one. The temporal magic lab seems interesting, and he just looks over to the people he's brought with him. I wanted to make sure that they wouldn't touch anything without permission, and as you can see, they failed that test.
Yeah. We've got one of those too.
Oh. If you'll excuse me, I think I need to tell somebody some things, stuff, and I'm going to go into the corner and use my ring and message Drevrin. Drevrin, just so you know, I always want to call them Midgardians, even though I know this is not what they're
The
called.
Midgardians.
The Treladarians?
Magdians.
The Magdians.
The Magdians and the Treladarians. The Magdians and the Treladarians seem to have a sort of alliance going on, and they're planning on starting war using the instruments of woe on Latania and the Opal Empire. Just so you know, just wanted to make sure you're prepared for that. Hope you're doing all right otherwise. Hope to hear from you eventually, when you're not as busy.
You actually get a message back immediately.
I've low-key thought he was dead this whole time.
Cassandra, thank you for your information and for the chance to hear your voice again. I apologize for not being so prudent with our sendings and messages. However, the Treladarians have been making quite active movements near our borders, so I've been quite absorbed in that.
I'm only allowed one message a day, right?
Yeah.
Dang it. I'll get back to him tomorrow, or try a dream spell
There you go.
later. Okay. That's taken care of. Thank you very much.
So, yeah.
With the tone you were giving him, Will, for a second I was worried he was going to start saying, "There is no war in Ba Sing Se."
No, I was a
that
little.
I have to remember this NPC's voice I haven't done in like a month.
Fair
I was
enough.
kind of expecting him to be like, "Goodbye. I simply do not love you anymore, man."
No, she's. You guys.
We're all so sketched out by Drevin, and it's.
Listen, you guys. There are some good people in this world. You just.
Yeah,
haven't met
and
most-
sometimes they put on crowns that make them evil.
Haha.
To be fair, could it just be like that there's an enchantment on the crown that makes it appear as evil and it doesn't actually influence the wearer at all?
The whole
I don't know,
Just-
maybe.
placebo
It's
effect,
just-
that'd be so fucking funny.
It's like just wearing this thing makes you appear evil to scans.
Interesting.
Wasn't that a thing in Harry Potter? I don't know.
I don't know.
The Horcruxes, they're evil.
So,
I wish I was a Horcrux.
Oh god.
what would y'all like to do next? Would you like to stay in this room and talk to the Magdians more and move on? What would you like?
I suppose we ought to see if we can get to the lower levels.
I was going to vote for the planar lab.
Oh, I am slightly curious about that as well.
Yeah, I still think that's our best bet for finding any trace of a Baba Yaga.
Ray, what do you think?
I'm ready to fight a Baba Yaga.
Yep.
Planar room it is then.
Planar it is.
So, you guys make your way back through the atrium and into the planar lab. These doors are unlocked, and as you open them, there's like a small antechamber with a
That's odd.
stone dais in the middle.
That's odd.
Through the antechamber, down the hallway, you can see a number of corpses that have appeared to just be at the end of the hallway. They're like skeletons and such.
Okay. So I was worried you were about to say, and are turning to look at you.
No.
I mean, that is pretty odd.
It looks like they had. It looks like they were like
Thank you.
running, like just based on their position. It looks like they were running away from something. There is a human, a couple of elves, and Lynx. Upon entering this area, it is an area of this ruin you recognize well.
Oh boy.
A question of clarification, Will.
Answer.
We step into this room.
Yep.
Is the hallway that the bodies are in directly ahead of us?
It's about 15 feet away from you.
No, but I mean, like, is it on a straight line
Yes.
from where we're walking?
There's a straight
into
line.
the room?
There's two stone arches. One that you walk through to enter the room, and then one that's there.
Yeah.
Are you guys all entering?
But the way I'm just trying to clarify this, you said that looked like they were running away from something, as in they were running towards the door or away
Towards
from it
the
down the hall. Okay, so they're almost running away from the door they came in,
Yes.
like the we've come in. That's weird.
It is weird. Don't like that.
The moment I step in, I want to turn around and look at the door behind us to see if it's any different.
You step into the room, and there's friends are standing there.
Okay, so it's not like we step through a portal and now the door that should lead out now goes somewhere else. Okay.
Are you all going to step in?
Let's do it.
He's being very insistent about
For
that
lack
question.
of better judgment, I suppose I will.
Can we check for traps of any kind?
Sure. You can make me a check.
Yeah, I'm good.
Is that just a perception?
Yep, just a perception.
Do a little perception check. There we go. Another critical failure for me.
Yeah. Okay, so here's how we're going to do
Weird.
this. So Nim, as you guys are all making your way into the room, and Nim's kind of looking around, looking for traps, that central dais seems very interesting to you. And as you're like moving towards it, you stumble a bit and you hit it, which causes the dais to light up. And where those gates were that you guys came through, those stone arches, these sort of planar energy portals appear. And on the stone dais is this diagram, which you should now all see on your battle map.
Interesting.
Oh, dear.
And
This
welcome
seems
to the
vaguely
puzzle.
familiar.
Puzzle! But I'm stupid.
Secret puzzle.
Secret
A
puzzle!
library lore check would help.
So
Keep pushing that library lore.
let me ask
Oh,
you something, y'all.
Lord.
Currently the portals are both sort of like a grayish, just arcane tinge, but they appear to definitely be blocking your way in and out of this area, in this antechamber. What would you all like to do?
I would like to study the symbols on the dais to see if they correspond to any symbols that I know of from somewhere else.
Make me an Arcana check.
I have a vague feeling I know
I
what
would
this
like
is. 29.
Oh, chat, yes. I didn't switch it to map. Thank you. Boom. There's the puzzle. A 21. Oh, a 29.
29.
That's actually a success. Chip, you
Huzzah.
can recognize 4 of the symbols with that roll.
Is the one that it's currently pointing at with the little black arrow the thing for the plane of shadows?
It is not.
Okay. Well, which ones do I recognize?
Well, pick your pick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Take your pick.
I would like to just do the first 4.
Just
keep
see the
things simple.
first 4?
Yeah.
All right, so the first 4 are number 1 is heaven. Number 2 is hell. Number 3 is the maelstrom, and number 4 is nirvana.
Ooh.
Yeah, I feel like I know what this is about.
I don't know if it helps, but I do know Sylvan, Celestial, and Abyssal. I don't know why I said Sylvan. I know Celestial and Abyssal.
I went to Sylvan in middle school. They helped me with math.
Thank you,
So
Sylvan.
currently
Very
it is
cool.
set to nirvana.
Oh, it's currently set to Nirvana. That's
Nirvana.
nice. Which I believe is chaotic good
Is
afterlife.
this the Star of
Neutral
David?
good.
Neutral good. Okay.
Is this not the Star of David? I'm confused.
No,
It
it's
is.
just a very fancy, like, basically knob that you can turn.
Yeah.
So,
It's a real
things that
knob.
you've noticed. Number 1, the altar is glowing in a light very similar to those portals, and each of the other portals has a slightly different color to it. There are 2 rings on it. There's the ring on the inside here that can select basically the runes. And then there's also a ring on the outside that has an arrow basically that you can move between the 2 different portals.
Secret tunnel.
What was 3 again?
Number
3
3
was
was the
the
maelstrom.
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 Yeah, Heaven, Hell, Maelstrom, Nirvana.
Yes.
Are you writing this down, Matt, or should I?
I wrote down the first 4, yeah.
Okay.
Anyone else want to maybe do an Arcana check to try and discover more?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. See if I don't crit fail this time. We'll see.
I don't think Winx is good at that.
I got. Oh
He's
no,
not.
McKenna.
Nim.
we
Ray
go.
and Nim. So, Ray, you can get 2 of them. What numbers would you like?
Can I have the peace symbol number 9 and the Doritos number 7?
Oh, now I'm hungry.
Okay, so number 7 is the first world,
Oh.
and number 9 is Abaddon.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Okay, that is that bad?
Yeah, that's
Yes,
one of the hells.
Abaddon is lawful evil as a plane.
I want to go.
I mean, do you like making deals?
Yeah.
Then you'd love it.
And then
Let's
Nim,
go.
you're going to get
True.
4.
All right. 10, 11, 12, 13.
Abaddon. I'm sorry. What did you say?
I'll do 10, 11, 12, 13.
Sure.
7 was the first world, and 9 was Abaddon.
Yeah.
First world is like fate crap.
So
Gotcha.
10, 11, 12, 13, Nim?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I
so
put it
number
in.
10
Yeah.
is the Abyss.
Ooh, that's also bad.
11 is Axis. 12 is the Boneyard. And 13 is Elysium.
I wonder if both myself and Cassandra feel a little twinge when the boneyard is mentioned.
Ooh. Dun, dun, dun.
Does anyone
Well,
else
I'll
want to
make
make
a
any
check.
checks?
Yeah, I'll make one. You said occultism?
Arcana or occultism?
We are still
Oracle
missing
design.
5, 6, and 8.
Oh,
Both of those
wow.
are good
Me
for
and Cassandra both out here like,
Both of those are good for 1.
Okay.
I'll take 8.
That's the Shadow Plane.
Oh.
Cool.
Also bad.
What's the other one we're missing?
5 and 6.
5 and 6.
Damn it. Okay. You know what? I've got a good bad feeling about 5. I'll check 5.
It's the Astral Plane.
That is a good bad feeling.
Super neutral.
So, as you guys are figuring this stuff out, You can notice, and with the Arcana check between Nim and Matt, you can easily both notice that the current, like the one that's currently at, the arrow is not pointed towards either of the portals. It's pointed towards like one of the walls of the room. And there appears to be some sort of planar empowerment on this central dais. It appears as though this central dais has attuned to Nirvana.
I mean, it's the inner arrow is pointing to the Nirvana symbol, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the arrow that's on the outside is not pointing to either one of the portals. It's pointing to the wall.
What happened, if people wouldn't mind, I'd like to try moving the outer ring to point at the portals. See if that produces a reaction.
It'll produce something.
Cool. Would you like to
But
move?
maybe before we start messing with the portals, does anyone want to investigate the bodies in the corner of the room?
Oh, that's a very good point, actually.
The bodies are at the end of the hallway between outside of the other portal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're fully like out of reach?
Yep, they're currently out of reach behind a portal.
Understood.
Never mind.
So we can see around the portals like it's a narrow hallway, but the portal's taking up most of the hallway.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, could Ray parkour some shit and get around them?
No, because they're like sealing off the hallway
Okay.
itself. Yeah.
So they're very flush with the
Yes.
walls.
There are some
Okay.
windows in the room, though, that you can actually look down, and you can see a number of chambers that currently also have these planar portals above them, and inside of each of these chambers are different bones of different types of creatures.
Anyone ever play Portal? We may have to do some puzzle solving.
Now you're thinking with portals.
Now you're
Oh, I'm
thinking
so
with
bad at
portals.
that game.
Using process of elimination and perhaps library lore, could I figure out what 6 is?
Yeah, make me
I
a
mean-
library lore check. I'll let you do that.
Yes.
That's a fair point, actually. There's probably not that many missing from the planes now.
No, there's not.
Library lore. Dun, dun, dun.
That's good for it. You can know that number 6 is the ethereal plane.
Yay!
Always coming with the clutch library lore.
Yeah. Cassandra had a
Could
lot
say
of
that
time to do a lot of
library
reading.
lore turned out to be pretty huggers.
Oh, God.
We love to see it.
You
But,
hate to see it.
well, how would y'all like to
That was a
proceed?
request.
The dais, the central dais, the outer arrow that points towards the wall is currently pointing towards the wall, and the inner arrow is pointing towards Nirvana, and the dais is currently attuned to Nirvana. Also, thank you for the follow.
You.
Let's see it.
I knew Mario.
Froggy time.
Froggy time.
Welcome to the Frog Army, Kiro.
Gero, gero.
Froggers, more like Froggers.
Ha!
Hey,
Hey!
I like
That
it.
was my favorite game as a child. I love
but-
Frogger.
How would you like to
reason.
proceed? There's this puzzle. You're currently stuck in this room. The dais is attuned to Nirvana. The outer arrow is pointed to the wall. What would you like to do?
Well, I know Abyssal and Celestial, so if we need to talk, I suggest we either go to heaven or the abyss.
Well, first of all, let's see if we can figure out more of the relationship between these dials and the portals itself. Would it be all right if I turn the outer one to the portals to then perhaps then that we can then influence what the portals are based on the inside ones?
Not a bad idea.
As you go to move the outer one,
Well, I didn't say I was going to. I was asking permission of the group yet. I don't want to surprise anyone.
I don't see why not.
also thank you for the follow, K Buffalo. But as you go to move the outer one, the inner one rises up. It appears
Oh.
as though if you want to the inner one rises up, deselecting Nirvana. The dais is still attuned to Nirvana. However,
Okay.
as you move it to click towards one of the portals, it looks as though you'd have to turn the central one to choose which one you want to select and then input it to have the portal attuned to that plane. Does that make sense?
I am the confused.
I am
Okay.
also a little confused. It's hard to visualize this puzzle for some reason.
I apologize.
Unfortunately, guys, I think I'm going to have to sit this puzzle out because I think I've done this puzzle in a different
You have
game.
not done
so
this
I think-
puzzle.
Oh, I haven't?
You have
Okay.
not.
Okay.
It's different from the one in
It
the
is
one shot that we
very different from the one that I tested it out on.
I had
Okay.
the same
Yeah,
concern.
it's
Thank
very
you.
Okay,
different from
good.
one that I tested out on y'all. I will say thank you for the follow, Anira Mayweather. We're getting even closer to Cooper becoming a official organized sport.
Join the church.
But
Sponsorship deals.
I'll do a quick explanation again, just to be a little bit more clear. So right now, the outer ring that has a single arrow on it is pointed towards. Oh, thanks for the follow, the sad Bobfish.
Oh goodness.
Is pointed towards the left portal. That's the portal that goes into the hallway. When Matt moved it, the central little star thing that was selecting the different runes for each of the planes popped out. Like it raised itself up. The middle dais is still attuned to Nirvana, but it looks like you can now select another plane to attune that portal to, and then you just have to push it down to attune it.
Okay.
Yeah.
9.
That sounds doable. So it can only be attuned to one portal at a time then.
Yes.
Let's go to Abaddon.
Well, let's.
Well, I don't think the goal is actually to go to these different planes.
Oh.
I think the point of the puzzle is to find a way to remove the portals completely so we can actually progress within this structure normally.
So no
Yeah.
Abaddon?
Not yet. We're probably gonna go there eventually.
I mean,
Big sad.
we are here to hunt a Baba Yaga, correct?
Ooh. Yeah, Babadon.
And we don't exactly.
thanks for the follow,
Do we remember
Coflakes.
which plane?
Would the potential goal be to set the portal to our plane?
I don't think the material plane is on the chart.
It's not.
Would it not be first world? Are we not the first?
No, first
no?
world is where all the face stuff is.
Yeah, the first
This is
world
unfortunately
is the,
not a first world problem.
Haha.
I mean, it conceivably could be because
Okay.
it's not helping us.
the first world is the Feywild for Pathfinder 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the blueprints of the world where nature is cray-cray. Or is that the Emerald Dream? I don't know. Keep it. Remind me, Will. So the pillar is still attuned to Nirvana, and what alignment is Nirvana?
So the central dais is currently attuned to Nirvana, and Nirvana is a neutral good plane.
Neutral good. Okay.
Would you like me to go through the alignments of each of the planes?
Yes, please.
Couldn't hurt.
That might help actually.
All right. So heaven is a lawful good plane.
Makes sense.
Hell is a lawful evil plane. The maelstrom is chaotic neutral. Nirvana is neutral good. The astral plane, ethereal plane, first world, and shadow plane are all neutral planes. Abaddon is a lawful evil plane. The abyss is a chaotic evil plane. Access is a lawful neutral plane. And the boneyard is a neutral plane. And Elysium is a chaotic good plane.
Just for the record, personally, absolutely positively, we should try and avoid going to the abyss. Everything
Maybe.
there will likely kill us on sight and would be horrifying to look at while it's doing it.
Agreed.
Chaotic evil is the worst.
What do you propose we try to stick to in terms of an alignment then?
Unfortunately, it's very possible that just the nature of this puzzle may force us into certain ones, so we may not have a choice. There may be a specific answer to this. But I'm just saying, if we can, maybe avoid the plane of chaotic evil.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'm unsure why, but I, as a person, am somehow drawn to lawful good. I don't know.
Whatever could that mean?
I don't know.
We don't know what Ray's alignment is.
Don't we?
Don't we? Don't we?
Me.
Well, I suppose we could just do the scientific method with this, where we try a hypothesis and we test something. We don't necessarily have to try and figure it out before we do anything.
True.
So what would you like to
I'm-
try?
Why don't we put it between?
I have a feeling that we can't do that.
Yes, they will only go down on a selected one. They can't be between planes.
Nice. We love going down.
Is there anything anywhere in the room that might indicate some sort of combination to deactivate it?
You can make me a
Any
perception
carvings
check.
on the wall? Yeah.
I would like to help with that. Someone scratched in the wall.
I don't know. 29. That's not
Oh,
bad.
that's good news.
All right, so with the 29 and 21, as you are looking around the room, you can easily find a number of basically, like, along the walls, there's a lot of different iconography. There's a lot of scale iconography and balance iconography. There's a number of different creatures from different planes of existence. There's the Modron, there's the demons, there's the devils, and there appears to be like just basically a number of basically balanced things. Like one of them is one of them appears to be a demon on one of the scales, with a fey creature in the middle of the scale, and then a angel on the right scale.
So I wonder if we have to do a combination of some sort of evil, some sort of neutral, some sort of good.
That sounds more to me like finding a middle ground.
Well, isn't that what the material plane is?
I would imagine. That's why I'm a little confused. Maybe we can try a combination.
Maybe a little bit of experimentation.
Also, I'd like to point out we are missing something from all these, I think, other than just the material plane. There is no neutral evil plane.
Whoa!
Does this help at all?
You're right.
But then again, I'm not sure I can't even remember what the neutral evil plane is.
It's not within 30 feet of you, but I will give you this. Within one of the cells, you can get within one of the cells going down, there's actually like a strong spiritual sense. You can feel the essence of a ghost being there. And it looks like that ghost is currently being affected by the energies of Nirvana.
Oh.
Hey guys, there's a ghost.
I mean, if it had to be affected by any plane, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Nirvana.
With that sense, Abby, you can figure out that basically, depending on whichever one the central dais is attuned to, the creatures in those cells are being subjected to energy from that plane of existence.
Oh.
This is some sort of planar experimentation ring.
Ooh.
Oh. Well,
That's
that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Now watch as us struggle with this for an episode and a half.
Yeah, for real.
Really dumb.
Well, I mean, you guys haven't tried any of the combinations yet, so like...
All right, you know what?
I gotta be honest, I'm a little afraid to, but...
I'm going to just try something. I'm going to struck something very basic. I'm going to go for... I'm going to start with lawful good. I'm going to go to heaven.
Okay.
Okay.
So
And
as you set the left portal to heaven,
Yes.
the room begins, the portals begin to kind of like sputter and produce more power. A lot of like good and energy just kind of pours into the room. It looks as though there's like a bit of an overload of good energy. And the basically all three things then just reset to neutral. However, you think that if it were to do it again, there might be some sort of aftershock.
Oh, so we...
So yes, it looks as though you can't have two of the same sort of alignments attached. That's what you can gather from this.
So what if that one to the abyss and one to heaven? That would be on opposite sides of the alignment chart.
Is chaotic evil the opposite of lawful good, I guess? Yeah.
Theoretically?
I think it would more or less depend on who you ask, but...
We can certainly try it, see what happens.
Yeah.
Nim, would you like to do the honors?
Sure, okay. I'll turn it and press it.
Okay, so you're setting the outer portals, one to heaven and one to the abyss?
Yes.
Cool. As you do that, the two portals appear to be stable. However, the central pillar is still unattuned.
Oh, and then set the central pillar to possibly the first world?
Neutral good?
Oh, what if we
No.
sent it?
Oh, no, neutral. Yeah, neutral. Yeah.
What if we send it to the astral plane because that's also neutral and between 1 and 10 evenly?
Oh,
That would work.
Good
That would
work.
work.
double win, maybe. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you do that?
I mean, Cassandra,
Yeah.
would you like to? Or someone?
Oh, if I must.
So as you do so, Cassandra, the central pillar attunes to the astral plane. And the planar energy from the portals and the planar energy from the central pillar appear to enter into sort of a harmonic balance. As it does so, the central basically pillar where the star you guys have been moving around to select the different planes, the star curls in on itself to create sort of like a long, sort of like tubey hole. And a small sort of like platform is raised up, and sitting on it is what appears to be half of an amulet.
Oh.
Oh. Neat. What does
Uh,
the amulet look like?
It's sort of like a half circle that's been like waved out a little bit, and it has like a green and blue color.
Lynx is gonna see if it's safe to grab it.
It appears to be.
I still don't trust it.
Hold
Can
on.
I?
Do we have a bag of sand you can swap out with it?
You know what? Let me check my inventory. I actually think he might.
I feel like Lynx would. And
Yeah,
if
like I
Lynx
totally
doesn't,
feel like he would.
then the
You also
professor
find
might.
a fedora in there?
Oh Lord.
I mean, if I reach in my pouch, I can find these convenient things of whatever I want below a certain item level.
Exactly.
Something that weighs approximately the same.
Oh,
How-
What did you just figure out, Abby?
To get the other half of the amulet, we probably need to do a chaotic good, a neutral, and a lawful evil.
Oh.
Oh, I mean, it's worth a
That
try.
could work.
Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. Let's try that.
I will say
But
the trap
first-
has disarmed.
Yeah, move it.
Oh, the trap's disarmed.
Yeah.
Thanks, God. I'm just gonna grab it off the pedestal then.
Cool. Yeah, you add one half of an amulet, and it appears as though the trap does not reset.
Okay. Oh,
Does that mean the
so it's in a
portals are
different
gone?
room.
You
I don't
could-
know.
You could infer that.
I subscribe to the idea that it's in a different room, but that's just me.
As if the star in the center is curled inward, then we can't manipulate it anymore, correct?
Yes.
Ah. Yikes.
So, what does the room look like now, Will?
So the room is returned back to that neutral state that you guys had come into it in. The hallway is now accessible to you. On each of the hallway are these like sort of cells that have different, bones and other things in it. At the end of the hallway is a pile of bones that are very recognizable to Lynx's character, as they are his former adventuring party.
Oh, buried the lead there, buddy. Oh my god.
I mean, and to be fair, we don't have any idea of this, so.
Nope. There's just some bones on the floor.
Can I make a composure check of some kind?
Yeah, make me a will save.
Okay.
Also, seeing as I don't know about any of this trauma, I'm like, well, time to go investigate some bodies.
Will,
Why couldn't this be the crit fail?
You're a steal. You are a steal of a person, Lynx. No emotion.
God, that's so dark.
Honestly, at this point, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Any idea how they died, Professor?
I would like to make a medicine check to find out.
make a medicine check.
15. Nope.
Yes.
I'm used to wetter bodies.
Oh no, it's easy.
Ew.
You can recognize it. Their bones are blasted with planar energy.
Oh.
And then you start to
Ooh.
infer that
Oh,
if
so
you
they
would have
did-
messed up that trap, you probably would have been blasted with whatever planar energy you doubled up on.
Holy. Yeah,
Well, good
Will
job.
over here, like, yeah, just try things.
Hey, you guys got one for free. And you figured it out. You guys did good. Everything was perfectly balanced.
It took us a bit. It took us a bit of like
It was
circling,
a team effort.
but we did it. Lynx
Make
is
a note in my
absolutely
book.
useless and shit
Yeah,
like that.
on a
So.
scale, Chip, you figure that, like, based on these wounds, like, the first time you failed, it probably would have been, like, 2d6, and then would have been another d6 added for every single time that you failed after that.
Ooh.
Just out of curiosity, Will, do I find anything on the bodies that tie them to something I'd recognize that would link them to Lynx?
Well, I guess now this is time for me to ask you this, Lynx.
Like a
Lynx,
locket with Lynx's picture in it, maybe?
Lynx, did your
God.
original adventuring party, because you never really went into this when you sent me your backstory, so did you guys have any, like, a patch or anything, like a sign that you guys, like a bandana you all wore or something like that?
Friendship bracelets?
Bracelet. The closest thing this party would have had is tattoos.
All right, so with that low of a medicine check, you can tell that they are some like bone damage where they would have been tattooed, because in medieval times, getting a tattoo was a painful process.
Yes, it was.
So there's like some bone damage for a tattoo. You can't quite make out design, but they all have it in a similar place.
Would I have seen that on Lynx's body at some point?
I don't know, Professor. Have we ever showered together?
I don't know.
Well, you would.
We've been on a lot of adventures, man. We've been on a
I don't
on
know.
a beach. On the beach.
We have been on a beach.
On the beach!
Yeah,
Aha!
you might have seen it on the beach episode then.
I didn't make it weird.
Yeah, you guys were in the hot springs together. Only Chip would know that Lynx has this
Yeah,
tattoo.
so yeah, Chip-
Because you've seen him
Oh.
fully
You
nude.
can make that connection now, Chip.
Not my nudist professor. Oh,
I
my
wore a
God.
towel.
Good for him. His little rat tail just sticking out from the towel.
And that wasn't just his hair. Ba-doom-ps.
Terrible.
That was the rat. Anyway.
So I'm going to make this connection, but not say anything, and kind of just back up a little bit, refrain from disturbing the bones or anything, and I just say to the group, I don't think there's anything more to learn from these remains. We should
Can I
probably
break
just.
the bones?
I would not advise that. There could be tomb dust inside them. You could get.
Okay.
It could get into your sinuses. You'd have a cough for weeks.
I don't remember ever reading about tomb dust.
I rolled a 20.
That was next term. That was next.
Ray, you smash a skull.
Not the tomb dust.
There's no adverse
Roll for
effects.
composure, Cooper.
And Lynx, it's at that point that you break.
So he attacks Ray. Is that what's happening?
I just went, oops, I don't know. I thought it'd be stronger than that.
I don't know how he would react in this situation. I think he'd go catatonic, personally.
Okay, so Lynx, you
Lynx,
just
are you
you
alright?
all see Lynx just like
Roll.
catatonic.
Oh shit, were these your friends?
Can
I
you
was trying to-
describe catatonic to me?
Wait, who are these people? I'm confused.
I mean, they were living people at one point, Ray.
Well, yeah, but I thought they weren't important.
Matter. These are still remains of someone.
Ray, everyone except possibly some Magdians that we don't like is important.
Not my character's trauma.
Not these guys. They're
Possibly
already
some
dead.
ideas.
Also, the guy who stole my office. I'm really.
Oh yeah, fuck that guy.
And all my tea.
Ray just goes, but they're already dead. I don't know. Again, my bad. I thought they were sturdier than I anticipated.
Lynx will just walk back to the main foyer.
Lynx, are you alright? What's wrong?
There will be no response.
I put a hand on on Cassandra's arm. I think he may have known these people.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Is there anything else of interest in this room?
Other than those, there was the ghost creature appeared to have been dissolved by the Nirvana energy. It looks like that dealt enough damage to it over time.
So you're saying he died in a state of nirvana?
Yes.
Can I snort the bone
But
dust?
there's also a number of other bones and other sort of remains in each of those
That
cells.
literally is bad for you. That could be terrible for you. Bone dust is so bad for
So
you.
Chip, you're able to tell.
I think it's also like infused with planar energy that I just don't think it would be good at all.
What if I lick it?
So Chip,
That's even worse.
you
Is it?
can
I
tell
thought
that
snorting
in those
was worse.
cells
No,
there
you're
would have
right.
been creatures that would have been subjected to immense amounts of planar energy.
Cool.
As an experiment?
As an experiment on how living things can take in planar energy. They were trying to make...
I mean, this is a laboratory.
Yep.
Cool.
Should we get out of the laboratory?
Well, I think you are already.
I don't know. Is there anything
If there's
else?
nothing else of interest in here, yeah, let's just leave.
Fair enough.
Are we sure? Did we check everything?
Well, there's the
Can we
rest of
check
the
under
bones
the
that you could
bones?
smash, Ray, if you want.
Oh my god, I like gently try to lead Ray away from the bones.
There might be cooler things to punch elsewhere, Ray. Living things that are actually trying to hurt us.
shepherd her.
Ray's just confused at this point.
Fair.
So just to be clear, someone in this laboratory was trying to infuse creatures with planar energy?
They were either trying to infuse creatures with planar energy or figure out what large amounts of planar energy, what happens when a organism or a living person is subjected to extreme amounts of planar energy.
So to weaponize planar energy.
Or to see the effects of it on the people.
Make mutants. Planar mutants.
Any of these remains, do they look like they may... Oh, I hate that I have to ask this. Do they look like they may have been warped in any way by said planar energy?
Most of the remains in the cages are dust by now. But there's just visible signs that there was something in here. Clearly this lab was in use when this was an active city.
Right.
I do have one final question, Will. Are there any personal mementos on the bodies that I could maybe gently remove and return to Lynx?
There's a small leather band on one of the bodies.
Okay. I will gingerly remove that with all the care of a surgeon, and I will not make a big show of it, but I'm going to bring it back to Lynx and just try and put it into his hand.
I would like to lick some dust.
Okay, make me a fortitude save.
Are you there, God?
Roll
You
the
now-
17!
You now have mummy rot.
That is a failure, Ray. Do me a
Oh,
favor.
God.
Lynx, I'll let you do it. Can you roll me a D...
Lynx
can you roll
gets
me
the honor.
a 13-sided die? So just / roll 1d13, 10.
Oh, you got it.
It's
Interesting.
just a little bit of dust.
Ray,
It's not a lot.
Tetanus?
It's just a little bit.
As you lick the bone dust, you feel an immense amount of lawful energy pour into you.
Oh, no.
Cool.
Ray's becoming lawful.
And
Wait.
the chaotic sort of nature of Ray is kind of thrown into a bit of a fight for a moment. Can you make me a will save?
Yeah.
Fail.
Well,
Oh my god.
that's a 31.
However, you manage to fight off the innate chaotic nature of Ray is enough to fight off this lawful energy. So Ray,
I
you
mean, Will,
remain
I'd like to
chaotic.
remind you that you do have a villain point.
Ray truly took a taste of lawful energy dust and said, "Nope, don't like that."
I gave you a villain point. Use it against her.
You do have a villain point right
I
now.
You
used
already
it.
used it.
I already used it.
He did.
Ray goes, why is it so spicy?
Oh no.
Oh, villain points are out of stock.
Why is it so spicy?
Yes, I'm only allowed one
Spicy.
villain point a session.
I mean, I like
True.
that. I like that.
As it should be.
Yeah. Not that I would know that they're out of stock for any particular reason.
Oh my god.
But Would you guys like to stay in the planar, or would you like to make your way back into the atrium?
I mean, I guess we can make our way back into the atrium.
Yeah.
While Ray has been going through this little ordeal of tasting lawful dust, the professor has placed this little armband in my hand, and Lynx has wrapped it around his bandolier.
Aww. And
He still has said nothing.
I gently try and lead him out of the room, back to the main area.
There is one lab left for you all to explore.
I think that's the temporal lab.
Yes.
Yep.
We can go back in time to before Ray tried to eat bones.
To before Ray destroyed the remains of my party.
To be fair, based on this previous one we just saw, it's more likely it's going to be like de-aging rays or aging rays to try and weaponize time.
Hopefully we try aging her, get her some maturity.
Before we go anywhere else, I'm just going to wordlessly hand Merle to Lynx.
Fair.
Just as, like,
Comfort animal?
emotional support.
Does anybody have water?
Who has the water stone?
I have the water
Just
stone,
hold it up.
And without handing it to Ray,
My
I like
mouth
give her a
tastes
waterfall.
like sand.
Yeah, I that doesn't surprise me.
Like,
But I'll give her like a little squeeze, a little.
like squeezing out an orange slice.
Yeah.
Cassandra goes to the professor. She's like, remember that special tea that one tour guide had on the blimp? Do you have any of that?
I don't actually remember that tea.
I do. We
It made him a
used
little-
up the doses of it.
Yes, you did.
We used up the doses of it. Lynx's face has disappeared into Merle, by the way.
Oh no! Is he crying into Merle?
I don't know. Neither will you.
Oh no, that's
Not
not good
until
for
I
the
get-
Alright,
feathers.
but guys,
Not until I get my owl
are you going to
back, then
head
I will know.
into the temporal magic lab?
Sure.
So yeah.
Checking for traps?
Sure.
Nope, we're going in.
I've made those rolls for you. You do not see any
Oh.
traps.
Oh yeah, you do that.
Okay.
You guys can make your way into the lab. This one, the doors lead to like a very short hallway, but as you're entering into this room area, the hallway is filled with items that appear to be floating in air as if they're frozen in time.
I want to
Don't
touch
like that.
As you
I wanna touch
continue to make your way down the hallway, you come to what appears to be the largest lab. And inside of it is just a mess of books and other things. I'm going to move this to the map. And
Books, you
standing
say?
there as if frozen in time in the center of the room is a human. And stalking the room are two of these creatures.
Oh,
And that
we're gonna pick away the...
is where we will end tonight's session.
That has Temple of Time energy attached to it.
Bum, bum, bum.
So everyone, thank you so much for coming out to tonight's League of Amazing Adventurers. Don't forget to follow us if you haven't already followed. And if you feel like subscribing, please subscribe. Make sure to go check out Bards for Bards, the charity Twitch screen in support of unemployed actors. Go and say Tabletop Rolls sent you. And other than that, don't forget to check out our other shows. Friday night, we have The Calling Chronicle, a D&D 5e game. That's at 9 p.m. CST, 7 p.m. PST. Then on Saturday, we have the Anime Podcast. That is in the same time slot, and we're going to be talking about Horima as a whole this week. And then on Sunday, we have the Dragon Age show, the same time slot as this one, probably a little bit earlier at 8 p.m. CST, 6 p.m. PST. And then for next week, come and check out the exciting conclusion of these 3 labs and see what's happening in here. But anyway, you all, thank you so much for coming down.
Don't eat bones.
Don't eat bones, children.
Don't eat your friend's bones.
Yes.
Then
Do
Ray-
hug an owl.
Find out if Ray can
remember-
punch time.
I mean, for real, though.
She absolutely will.
But
Sword Art Online is in fact an anime and not something like DeviantArt. Just found that out today.
Oh my god, I don't think the stream knows about that.
they do not.
Oh no.
If you want to hear about that stream, come see our anime podcast. We'll talk about it then.
We will talk about it then.
But
Oh
until
my
then,
God.
I'm going to go and raid our friends over at Nat 20 Productions. So let's go say hi to all of them. And, say hi to PJ and all of them. Thank you all for coming down, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Thank you guys so much.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.